this is my final movie. This is my final Spider-Man movie review. I don't know, probably when Across the Spider-Verse comes out, I might watch it. But, for those of you wondering, Thura, how much of a Spider-Man fan are you? Oh, I can't wait to tell you. I got the Lego Spider-Man tricycle, you know, the one with like the transparent light blue Electro, you know. I have the Daily Bugle, the old one and the new one. The one that costed $300, and my mom got me the old one for my birthday. And when I built that Daily Bugle, I was amazed. And then when I rebuilt it years later, it was amazing. And then I got the Lego set of the Lego set, you know, the one of Mecha Spider-Man and Ghost Spider versus Mecha Venom. I'm pretty sure you know what that one is. I have the Spider-Man Marvel Legends action figure, the one where it came with Vulture for Walmart only. I have the Marvel Legends Spider-Man, the Titanium Mark II, and the Velocity suit from the Spider-Man game that I'm playing right now, and also Superior Octopus. I bought those three at the same time, same day, same store. And a Captain Underpants in full color book, but still, I am a hardcore Spider-Man fan. And yes, I have a Spider-Man movie poster in my room. It's the Into the Spider-Verse one. And let me tell you, whenever I saw a trailer for a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie that not only finishes the cliffhanger for the second movie, but also has Spider-Man movie villains from the past, I had to see it. I just had to see it, you know. And thankfully, my mom and dad said, hey, guess what? We're going to watch Spider-Man No Way Home. I was ecstatic, you know. And then, when I went into the movie theater, it was the most packed movie theater auditorium I've ever been to. There were filled seats when we got there, and it hadn't even begun. Like, the movie hadn't even begun. Like, not even the ads that came out before the trailer begun, and it was already packed. And we had to find a seat. And let me tell you, that was a cinema experience. The people cheering, screaming, clapping, laughing at the scenes was a movie theater experience I could never forget. Like, even if I wanted to forget about it, I couldn't, because it was pure excitement and joy watching that movie and having the same reactions as the audience members that are watching that movie too. Matt Murdock being in there, the audience was like, whoa, and they were clapping. Amazing. When Toby and Andrew came in, it was, my eardrums were like bleeding. That's how loud it was. I mean, it wasn't that loud, but I was cheering too. I screamed, I whooped, I cried in that movie. It was amazing. Before I get to my pros, I have to say my cons. My cons in this movie is that the Green Goblin doesn't get enough screen time. Like, he could have said something like, hey Peter, it wasn't me that killed your Aunt May, it was a goblin. Like, the goblin, like, it manipulates me, you know, it manipulates me. I wish that we had one scene with, like, the Green Goblin. Also, the lizard, I don't understand why the lizard had to be in the movie. I mean, if he's not going to do anything in the movie, why did he have to be in the movie? And that's with the pros, which are a lot. Willem Dafoe is reprising his role after, like, what, 20 years? Almost 20 years. He still has Goblin in him, you know. Every time, that scene where he's like, oh, that's a neat trick, that sense of yours. I had chills, man. The chills that I had since childhood came back, you know. He plays a Goblin in a menacingly way. He is the perfect Goblin. I also love how Alfred Molina like mopes and dopes all the time in the movie. It's kind of hilarious until they give him the Bob Barker treatment. They didn't do that to him. I'm saying that they cured him. That conversation that Andrew and Electro had whenever he's like, man, there's got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere. I laughed so hard, man. That was a good joke. And speaking of jokes, this is the funniest Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. Yeah, I know in my Homecoming review I said that when I watched that movie, it was the funniest Spider-Man movie I've ever seen. But this movie takes the cake for being funny. I'm a good lawyer. The I'm a good lawyer joke. The dude joke made me laugh. The scene where MA finds Peter and MJ, but Peter's in his underwear. You know that was funny. I chuckled so I chuckled. You know, this movie's hilarious, and that's another big factor of it. And Toby and Andrew. I think I already said this. No, I already did. But when Andrew came in, people were like, yes, yes, give us Andrew. Like this person said, give us Andrew, baby. You know, and when he came on the screen, when he took off his mask, the crowd went wild. The crowd went wild. And every single scene that he was in, we laughed. And then when Toby came in, let me tell you. Toby, if the audience reaction for Andrew was an earthquake, Toby's audience reaction would be the whole earth shaking. That's how loud it was. I'm not complaining. I also did whoop whenever Toby was on screen. Every time those three Spider-Man are in the same screen, it brings me pure joy. The I want to fight an alien made me laugh so hard. The sad scenes in this movie made me sad. Whenever Andrew catched Aunt Mary Jane, like bro, he was crying and I was about to cry and I was crying too. And when I saw my sister, she was crying, man. Like this poor dude. I'm also very glad to hear that Toby Spider-Man said, "Oh yeah, me and MJ, we're working it out." You know, that I'm glad that they're in a good relationship. So yeah, this movie is amazing. And when Aunt May died, I mean, personally, I think the MCU Aunt May is good, but not as good as Aunt May from the Raimi movies. But like, dude, that's Aunt May. And then when Peter says, "Hey, Doctor Strange, I need you to make everyone forget that I'm Spider-Man." And then when he says goodbye to Mary Jane, bro, the theater was crying. Like there wasn't a single dry eye in the theater. I mean, except my parents, but man, people were crying in that scene. I heard people sniffling. I heard people coughing. I heard people sneezing. You know, I heard people sobbing. And then when he takes the final swing, let me tell you, Tom Holland Spider-Man has lost more than the other two Spider-Man have lost combined. And when he takes that final swing, we haven't seen his final swing for MCU Spider-Man. In Spider-Man Homecoming, it was him putting on the suit that Mr. Stark took away from him. And Far From Home, it was him swinging with MJ. But in No Way Home, Peter finally realized what it meant to be, what it means to be a hero. He sacrificed so much just to help people who don't appreciate his work. And when he takes that final swing, it's powerful. I hope that they actually do something good to continue that storyline after what happened, because man, that was powerful, you know. This movie is a 9 out of 10. If you're a Spider-Man movie fan, watch it. This is the movie that you cannot miss if you're a Spider-Man fan. Also, I'm obsessed with 3 is a Magic Number. You know that song from De La Soul? I'm obsessed with it ever since I watched that movie. There's just something that I had to say. And yeah, unpopular opinion, it's the best. It's the only good MCU Phase 4 thing that I've ever seen. Not like none of the series are good. None of them are good. None of the movies are good either. I mean, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, I mean, I get it. But like Sam, like Marvel, let Sam do whatever he wants to do. And don't even get me started in Thor: Love and Thunder. I haven't seen it, but Taika has said some stuff that pissed me off. James Gunn, please don't screw up on the Guardians movie. And now, what else do I have to do? What else do I have to record? Oh yeah, I said I was gonna do the Dark Knight trilogy. You know what, screw it, I'm gonna review every Batman movie that's been released to the public in movie theaters, you know? I'm just gonna do it, you know? I'm just gonna do it. So the next time you're gonna see me publish stuff, it's going to be about Batman. Yeah, baby, Batman. Who doesn't love Batman? I mean, except if you're an emo. So yeah, I'll see y'all next time. I'm not gonna do a title card, I'm gonna do a final swing. Sorry if I sound kind of annoying. And for the sake of your eardrums, I'm gonna stop recording, you know. Yeah.